Hey, how are you doing? It's Leonard. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 high income skills that you can apply today. So the first tip I have is to find and recruit talent. Now, as someone that didn't go to university and unfortunately didn't get all of the qualifications and skill sets needed to run adverts, design and develop, or even put myself in a position to have the time financially to learn in order to do, I had to very quickly learn the ability of finding talented people that could deliver my service on my behalf in order to make sure that I could help my clients to improve their experience and get them a product that would actually help and enhance their experience. So for me, what became very important was being able to have an eye for talented people and to remove my bias. By this, I mean being able to find people that are really good at what they do and being able to get them to work on behalf of myself in order to deliver services that my clients are asking for. For example, when I once had an estate agency, one thing I realized a lot of the time is that when people were moving in and out of the properties, they tended to find that they needed support with removing the goods from the house to their new place. And this was a problem. And what I learned was that I needed to solve it, but I was never going to be the guy driving the van. So what I went ahead and did is found people that were good at relocating furniture from one house to another house. Now this has played out time and time again in my career and in my journey, where I found problems and solved them by finding people that can really solve it. Whether that's web, whether that's finding someone that's a good copywriter. You see, finding talented people is about having an eye for it. And it's not just as easy as outsourcing, because outsourcing is almost removing yourself from the process. But finding talent is actually being part of it. Finding people that you actually feel inspired by when you look at what they do or how they carry their work or their ethics, and actually finding people that can deliver to the standard that you want to work on. So remember that. Very, very big talent to put into your notes when you're considering finding people and expanding your agency or your companies, getting talented people that can help you to advance forward. Number 2, creating web and landing pages within 24 hours. Now look, I know this sounds very random, but for me, I've learned the real priority of building a company and getting customers to work with you is being quick, swift, and agile with the processes that you put before you. And a lot of the time when we first start businesses, we tend to spend a lot of time on websites, on the landing page. But for me, what I find a website is a landing page. It's a place for people to land, to inquire, to leave you their email, to contact you, to find out more about your service. But it isn't what makes your service come into life. It tends to come from your sell. But what I have learned to do is to work very swiftly and efficiently on building websites that essentially have the basic fundamentals: the about us, the contact us, a bit of a description of your services, and getting it up and live in 24 hours. I mastered this a number of times because what I found along the way, just like I mentioned to you with my estate agency, is when I realized that there was a demand, all I would simply do is quickly create a landing page which would simply have some images, a bit of description around the company, and it would act as my reference to encouraging people to refer my services to other people. And of course, I started to get inbound inquiries for services that, realistically speaking, I hadn't really had the infrastructure for, but because I had the landing page available, I was able to benefit from people asking me to help them remove their stuff as well. So look, it's important to not put so much emphasis on the time you spend on your landing page, and this is only in some specific cases. I understand that if you have an e-commerce company or clothing brand, you want it to look the right way, but if it's a service-based product that you're selling, it's easy and it's quick. And I'm going to be sharing with you a lot more quick and easy ways to get landing pages that you want to have up within 24 hours to sell your product and get people either giving you their leads or buying your product. But we'll get into that in other videos. The last but not the least high income skill that I have been able to use, and I can tell you today, if you start doing it, it will make a difference, is learning to ask for the sale. Now, a lot of the time when we're doing business, we focus on the product, we focus on the process, we focus on everything else. At times also believing that we have to prove ourselves, but never really put emphasis on the ask. Never put emphasis on the customer parting with their capital in order to get involved in your product, your service, or whatever it is that you are trying to get invested into your company. You see, asking for the sale is really important because a lot of the time people tend to have in their presentation a lot of their energy geared towards convincing someone or making them buy into your vision. Asking for the sale is as simple as asking for the sale. Making sure that in each of your presentations or in each of your contact points, you are asking someone whether or not they are willing to purchase your service, your product, or get involved in your idea with an actual number. One tip and advice I always give people is before I start any presentation is I tend to write the number down. For example, if I have a service that we're offering, for example, consultation, and I'm speaking to someone, what I would tend to do before I start the conversation is write my consultation amount down and put a circle on it, so that when I'm speaking to the individual, I always remember what it is I'm actually going to be asking for at some point in that conversation. Now, I fail if in that conversation I fail to vocalize that number to that prospect, because what I've then done is failed to ask. It's important that you ask, guys, and I know it's uncomfortable and I know at times it feels hesitant, but this is what is going to become a game changer for you when you begin to be confident asking. I mean, a lot of you have no problem asking for someone to have a telephone conversation with you, to have a free consultation with you, to have a free experimental test run with your product, but you've got to ask for the sale. So I want to emphasize this to you guys today because these are free, high income skills that honestly have played a big part in my journey, and I think if you apply it to yours, you could definitely get some advantages and increase that conversion. So guys, it's always a pleasure sharing value with you. Once again, do not forget to click the like button on this video and put the comment below on any other skills that you think someone in our community can benefit from. I upload at least 2 to 3 videos a week based on sales education, conversion, and of course, making sure your orientation is on point. Other than that, guys, it's always great sharing value with you, and I'm super excited about the things that we're going to be sharing in the next couple days, weeks, and months. So listen, stay subscribed, share the videos, and I look forward to speaking and sharing more value with you later. Speak soon.